learners. How are you? Perhaps you are well. Yeah, I am also fine. Perhaps you are going on with your study while nowadays you are also busy. Not only with your study, you are also busy with writing what? With writing assignment and submitting them to your school and getting your then answer scripts from your school. Okay. Now, dear students, you all are welcome to the online class on English first paper for the students of class 9 organized by your school. Today, we will discuss such a topic which is related to our existence, to our culture, to our history, to our glorious past. Dear students, what is the mother tongue of our country, or in which language do the people of our country speak? Yes, what language? Bangla. Today we have got Bangla as our mother tongue. Today we have got Bangla as our state language. But this Bangla in the past was going to be abolished by a conspiracy by the then rulers of our country. Can you remember the period when such kind of incident took place in our country? Now I will quote or I will sing two lines of a song. You just listen and try to guess what the lesson of today may be or will be. আমার ভাইয়ের রক্তে রাঙানো 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারি আমি কি ভুলিতে পারি আমার ভাইয়ের রক্তে রাঙানো 21শে ফেব্রুয়ারি আমি কি ভুলিতে পারি ছেলে হারা শত মায়ের অশ্রু গড়ায় ফেব্রুয়ারি আমি কি ভুলিতে পারি Dear learners, do you find any relation with any incident of our country with this song? Can you tell me anyone? Yeah? What? Yes. It's the song of the Prabhat Fairy. When we sing this morning song and go to the Shohid Minar. So, what is Shohid Minar? And which incident it has the relation? Yes, 21st February. This is the Shohid Divas. It was the Shohid Divas up to 1999. But in 2000, not only in Bangladesh, all over the world, most of the nations, to show respect to the martyrs of our Bengali nation, to give them recognition and also to think or to pay respect to their mother tongue. This day was declared as an International Mother Language Day. By who? By UNESCO. And from 2000, we just start to observe this day as an International Mother Language Day. So, dear learners, our today's lesson is Unit 3, Lesson 3, International Mother Language Day. 1. International Mother Language Day 1. So, you just bring out your book and open your book at page number 33. Lesson 3. Have you opened your book? Okay, just look at the picture. Can you see the picture? What is the picture about? What is the place in the picture? Why was it built? Can you answer me the questions? Try to guess and try to answer the questions. Yes, the picture is about what? The Shohid Minar. It's just the symbol of showing our respect or paying homage to the martyrs of our language movement that took place in 1952. What's the place in the picture? The place is, when you will go through the text, you will be able to know. The place is just before Dhaka Medical College. This place is just between Dhaka Medical College and also the Jagannath Hall of Dhaka University. There our students who brought out a procession just to keep the honor, just to keep our mother tongue. They brought out a procession and then they were killed by the then Pakistani rulers. So that place where the Shohid Minar was built first. Then why was it built? It was built to pay homage, to show respect to the martyrs. Now, dear learners, I will just read out the text. You will listen. After reading the text, we will first try to discuss about the meaning of some keywords. I will try to make them clear to you, and then we will also solve the exercise that are given in the text. Here, you just listen. 21 February is a memorable day in our national history. We observe the day every year as International Mother Language Day. The day is a national holiday. On this day, we pay tribute to the martyrs who laid down their lives to establish Bangla as a state language in undivided Pakistan in 1952. The struggle to achieve our language rights is known as the language movement. The seed of the language movement was shown on 21 March 1948 when Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Governor General of Pakistan, declared in a public meeting in Dhaka that Urdu would be the only state language of Pakistan. The declaration raised a storm of protest in the eastern part of the country. The protest continued non-stop, gathering momentum day by day. It turned into a movement and reached its climax in 1952. The government outlawed all sorts of public meetings and rallies to stop it. The students of Dhaka University defied the law and brought out a peaceful protest procession on 21 February in 1952. When the procession reached near Dhaka Medical College, the police opened fire on the students, killing Salam, Rafiq, Barkat, Shapir, and Jabbar. As a result, there were mass protests all over the country, and the government had to declare Bangla as a state language. This kindled the sparks of independence movement of Bangladesh. Now, dear students, my dear learners, you just listen. 21 February. Of course, it's a memorable day. Why is it memorable day? On this day, the students of Dhaka University brought out a procession just to protest the decision of the then Pakistan government, who tried to establish Bangla, tried to establish Urdu as a state language of Pakistan. But the students did not obey it. They protested against this. On this day, they accepted martyrdom. You know that Salam, Rafiq, Barkat, Jabbar, Shafir, they are the martyrs of our language movement. They sacrificed their lives to keep the honor. They sacrificed their lives to keep the prestige of our mother tongue, Bangla. So, this day is, of course, an important day. It's a memorable day in our historical life, in our glorious past. We observe the day every year as an International Mother Language Day, and this day is a national holiday, of course. It's a national holiday. On this day, very early in the morning, to show our respect or to pay homage to the martyrs of language movement, the students of our country, also people of political parties, common people, all go to the Shoin Minar wearing black badges. They take part in the procession. That means Prabhat Feri. They sing the morning song. Just I sang it at the very beginning of our lesson today. And on this day we pay tribute, okay? Then, when we got success or when we got victory on language movement, another seed, that means the seed of independence, was also shown on this day, because in our struggle we became successful. So we were just going to start another struggle to make our country free. You know the history that Bangladesh, today's Bangladesh, was not Bangladesh before 1971. Its name was then East Pakistan. Just it was the province of the Pakistan. And the Pakistani rulers ruled us. They just tortured us from 1947. From 1947 to 1971. About 24 years. So, dear learners, we became independent. We just faced a liberation war. And who declared a liberation war? In 1971? The father of the nation, our great leader, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So, the seed of liberation war, it was also shown on 21 February. So, the declaration of Bangla as a state language after the language movement of 21st February kindled the sparks of our independence movement. So, dear students, now just I will write down some words and we'll try to find out its meaning. Here we find memorable, then we find tribute, then we find martyr, then we find establish, then we find declare, then outlaw, and also defy. Now, we'll just try to find out the meaning and clarify your idea about them. You find them memorable. That means, which is unforgettable, right? Isn't? Unforgettable. Unforgettable. Then you see tribute, an act or a statement of honor, Then you see martyr. Martyr means a person who sacrifices life for noble cause. Then establish means found, or you can say initiate or form. Then declare, that means proclaim or announce. You see outlaw, that means ban. You can say prohibit. Then defy, that means disobey. So, dear students, you see here some words in the text and here their meaning. I think these are clear to you. Now you just see the activities You just see the activities in your book. Here you find here activity C. Complete the chart. Here you find 3 years. One is 1947. The another is 1948. Then 1952. You just see the text. What do you find here? 1947 means it's the year of separation. You know that before 1947, this subcontinent was ruled by the British. From 1757 to 1947. About 190 years, the British ruled us. At first, East India Company and then the government of British. But in 1947, this subcontinent was divided into two parts. One is India and the other is Pakistan, combining of East Pakistan and West Pakistan. So, 1947, we can say that this year is the independence year of India and Pakistan. So, 1947, India and Pakistan became independent. Then you see 1948. What do you find here? You just see the text, dear learners. 1948. That means in 1948 on 21 March, the Governor General of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, declared that Urdu would be the state language of Pakistan. So, this year is noted for the declaration of Urdu as a state language of Pakistan. Then you see here 1952. After 1948, people of all walks of life protested against this declaration of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. They protested, and this protest came into burst finally into 1952. Then the movement, what was the movement in 1952? Language movement. So our language movement took place in 1952. Language movement. So these 3 years, 1947, 1948 and 1952 are noted for this incidents in our story, in our previous life. Then the students, you see here in activity D, you just see the words here, tribute. Here in this table, climax, then outlaw, then defy, then provoke, then relent, and also momentum. Here are their meaning on the right column. So tribute means, I have told you here, an act or a statement of honor. So which will come here? Tribute. That means an act to show respect or admiration. An act to show respect. Then climax. What it may be? Climax, the most exciting point in time. Okay. The most exciting point in time. The most exciting point in time. Then outlaw. Then outlaw means, what can we find here? Outlaw means to ban. To ban. Then you see here defy. Defy. So what can be defy? Here you see, to refuse to obey. Okay. To refuse to obey. To refuse to obey. Then here another word. The other word, provoke. So provoke, what may be the meaning of provoke? To cause or to stimulate. To stimulate. To stimulate. Then relent. To give in. To give in. And last, momentum. Last, momentum, you see, the ability to keep increasing or developing. To keep increasing or developing. Okay. Now, dear learners, we have solved activity C, activity D. Now, here you see activity E. Here are 3 questions. It will be just set as homework for you. Question number 1, you see here, why do we observe 21 February as the International Mother Language Day? What happened when Urdu was declared as the only state language of Pakistan? And question number 3, the seed of independence was shown on 21 February 1952. Do you agree? Why? I have told you while I was reading out the text, I tried my best to give you the information. So what happened in language movement and what happened after become victorious or become successful in language movement, and at last now we are the inhabitants of an independent country. So our national history has a glorious past, and the incidents 21st February and also our independence 26 March, these incidents are related just 1952, 1971. So, dear students, my learners, we have discussed it and I have given you 3 questions from your text in activity E just as homework. I hope you will solve these questions and submit to me or submit the answers of these questions to me our next class. Thanks my students. See you again. Thank you.